You ever find, because you find that most women in your position have this very typical sentence of men are intimidated by my success and that's why I can't find a dude. Do you ever fall into that sort of...
Oh yeah, I've fallen into that.
Yeah.
There's a guy I dated. He I had to lie to him. I couldn't tell him all that I do because I could see that it was a problem. That didn't last.
Yes, I can imagine.
He'll be insecure, and I think it's somewhat condescending if the person that you're dating calls you boss, and you know.
As in, he would call you boss.
He called me boss. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Nah,
that's not working out.
It didn't fly.
That's not working out.
No, I didn't. That's why it didn't. It didn't work out, man. It didn't last long. But
right.
Yeah, I've had that, and I've had men tell me, "Geez, I find you intimidating." I'm like, how? Where?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think that conversation has been misdirected in society. I think that from a very inherent place, from the core of what men and women are attracted to, women are attracted to security, right? So, am I wrong?
Women are attracted to first confidence, right? Because if the person,
an element of security.
Well, I think that's first, because if you can have security, but if you're not confident with what you have, then I think one sort of comes before the other. You can have very little and be very confident and have my attention.
But you see, you've fallen into the trap of the societal trap where security is often misappropriated as financial. Or money.
I didn't say that.
No, because then confidence is part of security because it's emotional security that he provides. That you know that he's got his things together mentally, he's strong, he's confident, and you can be able to build something together. You can go in a certain direction together because he's that guy.
Confidence comes in all different spaces, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about financial. Like, I'm somebody that could be labelled as independent, right?
Independent.
Mm-hmm. I could be labelled as that. Now, and I've got a strong personality, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if there's a dispute that we have in the household, I would need a man, to be confident to, let's say, correct me, because maybe I might think I'm always right.
Right.
But if the guy is confident in himself, no matter what it is, that will set a parameter, because there is a difference, like there's between a man and a woman. There's sometimes a man can tell you what to do, and you can follow or not. But if the guy's not confident, some women can have them for breakfast.
Right, and that's just not sexy, is it?
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not sexy.
But then,
no way, it's not.
Yeah, no, of course it's not. But then that's what I mean. But so you don't see that as a part of security. Security in knowing that this dude can challenge you, that he can. Because I'll tell you why I'm saying this. I'm saying this is because a lot of men nowadays, regardless of whether the woman is in your position where she owns businesses and successful, a lot of men aren't easily adapting to this new woman of today. I always say, if you're looking for your mom, dude, wake up, because that is madness, right? Our moms were socially conditioned differently to us, right? So a lot of men are finding it, I believe, difficult to handle the parameters of the new woman of today. And I'm not saying that the new woman of today is a problem. I think that there needs to be certain adjustments that come along in understanding what role a man has to play in a woman's life. And that's why I'm saying it's providing security. Because in the past, it was easy to define these roles. Dad was the one who worked. Dad brought home the bacon, therefore he makes the decisions. But now when mom and dad both make money, and in most cases these days, mom makes more money than dad, dad is now feeling emasculated and left out. But that's because he doesn't really understand his role. It's not about cash. It's not about cash, dude. Right? It's about providing security.
Yeah.
Right? And security is not just a financial thing. That's what I'm trying to...
Oh, yeah. I mean, I haven't alluded to that it is. But I think you're right about the security element. Yeah, I mean, look, what woman doesn't want that security? That it is emotional. When you look at Parenthood, right?
The TV show. Oh, right, my bad.
Just being a parent.
Shows you who's got kids. Not me.
Exactly.
Right.
But when you look at Parenthood, my definition of being a parent is displaying, obviously, love is number one. 2, finance. Those are 2 elements of parenthood.
Is there a particular order, or?
I would say love first.
Right, okay.
If you really want to be technical, there might be 3 because that's time. But definitely, I would say love, finance, okay, let's say time. Those 3 things are key to being a good parent.
Right.
Because you have to be there for your child, you need to love your child, and then you've got to develop your child. And for development, that's money, sheets.
Cash.
If you want to pay for extra lessons for music, you need to pay for that.
Yeah.
If you want to take your child to school, depending on whether it's a government school or a private school, you still have to pay for that.
Right.
It's cash, right? So you need to work to provide. So, all those elements, I think, are key in any parent. So you might have a man that's there, he needs to be able to provide that. If the guy's not there, if you're a single parent, and that goes both ways, if you're a single dad, you still need to be able to do those things.
Right. Snap.
Damn.
Okay.
This is intense.
This is no. So what you bounce this scenario off me? Yeah, you go to Din's, right?
Dinner.
Yeah, with the gentleman who's very confident. And then the bill comes.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What do you do in your particular? In yours.
Right. I used to be the woman that would say, I can take if it's in a steady relationship.
Yeah.
We've gone past the courting.
Yeah.
I might pay now and again where I say, let's go out for dinner. I will initiate that and I'll sort out the bill.
Right.
If you're courting me, like now, pay that bill. I'm not paying. I will look at the guy. He needs to be paying. I'm not paying for no dinner. No.
Okay.
Nah.
But what does that? What if you then had to pay for that bill? Is he dismissed?
Why should I pay for the bill? Why is that even an option? Do not ask me out if you expect me to pay as a man.
Right.
Yeah.
Explain. I agree with you 100%, but I need it in your words.
If you're courting as a man, there's this theory that men are predators. They're hunters, right?
Not like the
if
liquor.
You're going to do that. No, not like the liquor.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do that, then come correct. You can't invite somebody out and then expect them to pay. That's just uncouth, and just like do that when you're like in your teens, not even in your 20s as a man. I wouldn't encourage that.
Explain to the blokes listening out there, because we have a lot of issues with people saying, oh, but gender equality, if you want to be 50-50, right? And so when the bill comes, it's like, yo,
no.
This is 2017.
The reality is, yes, we are encouraging gender equality. Still, there is no gender equality. That's my perspective.
Right.
We are trying to move to raise awareness for gender equality. I don't think there is equality. So if you're still going to court, there's the standard elements of like in your home, right? Should a man cook? Shouldn't he cook in your home, right? So nobody's saying that for equality, a man should... Obviously, what woman wouldn't want a guy to cook? It's a bonus if you find a guy that can cook.
Dope.
But if you can't cook, there's an expectation, a standard expectation, if I can say, where there's an expectation that the guy is going to pay. Is the man a provider? If not, then okay, there are elements where the woman is responsible for. Dinner, you need to pay. Right? But you might find in the household, a woman might pay for different things.
Right.
But if you're courting, the man has to pay.
He has to pay.
You need to impress. You are courting. Otherwise, that's then saying women should go out and propose to a man.
Right.
Traditionally, women do not propose to a man. So if you're going to ask me to pay the bill, I might as well propose.
Wow. That's a very bold statement because you've just taken it there. Like, if you want me to pay dinner, then I have to propose.
No, you're supposed to impress.
Right.
You're talking about our parents' generation and stuff. Certain things should still happen. You know, yes, the guy should pay. That's the correct. I think that's my perspective.
In a previous episode, in fact, the episode that is going to go up just before this one, I actually blame society a lot. I actually have a series called F Society, where I'm talking about how society has made things so difficult and so awkward to try and do these days.
Yeah.
And one of these things comes with this dinner scenario. What you're saying is 100% correct, right? If you're trying to impress a girl, these things are just standard. But the issue that's not happening is that when I am courting a girl and I pay for dinner, right? And then I end up seeing her teeing Jonso. Then I start saying to myself, well, screw all that. Why am I paying for dinner when these days, you know, are balancing dinner dates, are all in their WhatsApp and all that other stuff? What do you think about that? Like, there's a lot, people have a lot more options these days. Therefore, dinner, does dinner still even mean anything?
I think it does. It does in my world. I mean, I've had, but I've learned. There's a time I dated a guy that didn't believe in taking a woman out for dinner. Right. Which is very new to me. And but he would maybe buy me gifts. Right. To show his token or maybe his approach to courting, right? So he would get me a gift or he might buy me lunch, right? But he never took me out
for dinner.
Never.
Was there a bad experience attached to that?
No.
That's just how it is.
It's different. Like, would maybe go to movies, but never for dinner. And
did he pay on these dates?
Yes.
Okay.
But there are times that I would pay. Like I said, you know, I would. I'm a woman that'll pay. I like paying. I like spoiling some people if the relationship's there.
If it's worth it.
If it's worth it, yeah.
Right.
I'll take someone on holiday somewhere.
Nice. All right, because I had an argument with my uncle. There was this girl that I was, you know, asking him for some, you know, auntie advice, if that's a word.
Yes.
And I said to him, I'm not even going to approach this girl until I have at least enough money to take her on 2 dates. And he's like, no, that's absolute rubbish. You're going the wrong way. You shouldn't ever budget your money with a girl in mind. If a girl can't love you and you're broke, then she should never love you at all. If you can't take her out for dinner, she's not the one for you. Yep. But I believe there's a confusion in our communication there. Because what I am saying is, from my perspective, which he wouldn't want to hear, is I will not want to approach a girl until I can feel confident that I have my entire arsenal available to me.
I think that's a misconception. Like I said, the example that I gave, with not going out for dinner, ironically, that person made me happy.
Okay, now you've just
thrown
a spanner in the works.
No, but it's because if that person, I was younger, if that person can't afford, and you can see and understand and they communicate that, but what, you know, time, I suppose that's with any relationship. Right? You know, when I spoke about parenthood, you're talking about love, right? In a relationship, love, finance, and time, right? So if a guy is skint, you know,
speak English.
If you are broke, then give time
and love,
right? Most women, actually value that. Most women, most. Some.
Right.
Right? Yeah. But then, like, for myself, I would ideally want all three. I don't know what order, but I might have to think about that in terms of the order.
Right.
But yeah, I've been given time and I was happy.
At what point does time and love no longer suffice?
What? That's very important.
No, but